Why would you even ask? Of course the dog has her own evac bag. Seriously though, if you guys have pets, make sure that you have evacuation plans in place for them. Obviously, we don't want to talk about it, but there are different circumstances. So if we were evacuating for a short period of time due to natural disasters, things of that nature, we would, obviously take the dog, we would take the guinea pigs. We've got carriers and everything in place for them. We could take the chickens as well. We could, we have a lot of ways that we could make this work. If we were fleeing for, there was an imminent threat on our lives, we would just take the dog and go. We might try to take a couple of chickens, but we would just take the dog and go. I know that is not the opinion of a lot of people, and that is okay. You guys do you. This is not our forever home. This is not our land. I hate to sound so callous, but it's not mine to protect. That will change when we have our own land and our own homestead and all that kind of stuff. Right now we're living on rented property, so we would take the dog if, the crap hit the fan. But just in a general sense, if we were just short-term evacuating due to natural disasters, things of that nature, we would take us and whatever pets we could safely take with the anticipation of returning. So all of that being said, I know this is an awkward series. Let me show you what's in the dog's pack. All right, so Kuna is ready. So her pack is fantastic. They don't make it anymore. So I would just Google a really good hiking pack that is rated for that. We wanted her to be able to take her own stuff, but also along those lines, keep in mind, just because the pack is beautiful and packed full does not mean your dog can actually carry or accommodate it. So you don't want it too heavy because there's a decent chance you're going to end up carrying it. So some things here. These things right here, both of these things, you may think, I definitely don't need those in an evac kit, but as I've mentioned, some of these situations you have no idea how long you will be gone for. We use these to help maintain her dental health, and these are a fantastic reward. She's a very high anxiety dog. These could really help get her through, an unknown situation. Also, they're freeze-dried, so they're very, very light. This whole thing is 2.5 ounces, which is something to definitely keep in mind because pet stuff is not light. She's got her coat here. She's worn it maybe once or something in, daily times, but we bought it for her evac bag, and that's why it's bright orange, because we would like to assume, I should say, that it would just be, in the event of a natural disaster or something like that we're having to flee, and we would like her to be highly visible. If we don't, we can turn it inside out and it would be black, and it could help cover her. But it's also a 2-part jacket, or 3-in-1, which functions, let me see here, hold on. Functions just the same as like a human 3-in-1. So it has, if I can get it apart here, this fleece inner liner for warmth. The outside is waterproof, so you can put them together for warm and waterproof. You can have just warm or you can have just waterproof, which is really good. And it works really well. We love it. She's had a variation of this coat pretty much her whole life, and this bright orange one we thought was perfect for this. We've got small food here. So each of these is roughly a meal. And these ones we did buy. I got them, what the heck was that place? Pet Value went out of business and the food was like 50% off. So it was 50 cents a bag. I should probably check expiration on here, but honestly, even a year out, I would still trust it as long as there's not like mold or anything growing on it. So we've got a total of 9 meals here between that. This is actually the food that she eats, is this brand. Let's see. This one has expired, and then like some samples and stuff like that. 1 leash, and this would be in addition to whatever leash we leave with her, like her on when we leave. And then there's also a small kit in the car for if we come across a lost dog, which we can do way separate video when we do the car stuff, that also contains a leash. So we'd be more than equipped. And this one I picked because it is really like, it's a double nylon, so it's very sturdy, and it also has this clip so that we can hang other stuff on it. And it's a good short leash, which we may want in that circumstance. This meant for people, but it's literally the same stuff as vet wrap. So yes, the rest of this is basically first aid, other than we've got a couple bowls here, but basically first aid and 1 ball, because you guys, dogs don't understand. And same reason we're bringing treats. You can't expect a dog to just immediately conform to the idea that, oh my gosh, everything that I've known in my life is over and it's going to be just fine. Like, they feed off of you and you're already going to be upset in this situation by the time that you like sit down to camp or wherever you're getting, and you finally get to like release all of that you've been carrying with you. Let your dog help. I don't know how else to say it, but like, take that time to be with them. You know, they need, what is this? Like, it weighs nothing. So let them have that. That'll give you and them something to do. Get their mind off stuff. Get your mind off stuff. Take a tennis ball. And then we've got a couple different, there's so much dog hair on everything. Can you tell this is for a dog? We have 3 different styles of bowls here. So there's this one, which is silicone, and it is collapsible. A lot of this stuff I've gotten, we like to go to like pet expos and pet shows, and different stores do like sample days and all kinds of stuff. So a lot of this stuff we've just kind of gotten over the year. Like this, I'm pretty sure we got free at an event. This one we purchased. This was from a vet we've never been to. I don't even know where that is. This probably came from the pet expo. This one is like super cool. It like is very rigid and pops up, and it's very waterproof, so it's perfect for water. So we have like water, food, and then incidentals. So, and then these could all clip onto the leash if we needed extra room in her pack for any reason. Roll of poop bags, just because, you know, don't leave that stuff everywhere. This is electrolytes. So it's like Propel for dogs or Gatorade, what have you. And it is shelf stable, and it's great for situations like this where you're not sure exactly the quality of the things they're going to be getting, and you want to keep them safe and you want to keep them hydrated. You just put a squirt of this, you know, in your whatever, and then add a little bit of water, and that helps so much keep them hydrated and keep them perky. I shared on Instagram a month or so ago, Kuna was very sick, and we actually gave her this, and just getting that extra hydration and electrolytes helped her so much. All right, bandana, again, so that if she is running around, we can find her in the event that she's not wearing her fancy coat. These guys I took out of the package. They are these. So this box lives in the pantry. We have first aid stuff for Kuna just in the house, as well as in her pack, and you should as well. If you have a dog, make sure that you're building a first aid kit for your dog. I need to get all her stuff together to one area, and then I can share that with you guys, but definitely worth it to have a first aid kit. And these are just leg bandages. I don't know if you can quite tell, but like, you know, if you're fleeing on foot with your dog, that's where the majority of your wounds are going to be, is cuts and scrapes and stuff like that along the legs. So we've got those, and then some gauze for cleaning, and this, which is just a balm you can use. It says it's for nose and paws, but you could also like scrapes, bumps, things like that. Benadryl. This is children's Benadryl, so it is chewable. This stuff, which is good for small scrapes. Don't use this for cuts, okay? Serious, don't use it for cuts. Scrapes are one thing, cuts, no. If it's like open, don't use this. Also good for nails. If a nail gets ripped off, hiking, things like that, really good. Nail cutting, that kind of thing. That's what this is for. Again, cuts, no, don't use this. So I just have to put that out there because it's horrifically dangerous to use actually for a cut. But it says like nail cutting, minor cuts, no, use for scrapes. And then there's this, which I don't understand how it works, but it does. She has a couple of these. This one is not used yet, but already has some hair on it because the fabric is such a weird feel, but I don't know. Oh, well, that's how, right there. It's got, I didn't notice that before, that it was treated. Well, now I know. And then this little book of first aid care, which I just noticed is the same vet as this. We've never been to this vet. I don't even know where it is, but this is super handy to have on hand, and we've actually used it several times just in general, courtesy of, they're in Fairfax. Okay, we got this at the Pet Expo then, because the Pet Expo was in Fairfax, so they must have been one of the vendors there. But it's been super helpful. Yeah, so there you have it. Just some fun things about Kuna's pack, and I'm just gonna lay it over the top of this, so it's gonna be a big mess. But things that I would did look for when shopping for a pack. I 100% am in love with these designs where it comes apart and you can pull the packs off. That being said, make sure that the closures to like hook the pack on and off are good and sturdy. You don't just want like just a strip of Velcro or something like that. You want something that's going to hold up to repeated use. This one also has this webbing in here, which makes it cooler. It is not just a solid piece like this. If this was up against her skin all day, she would overheat in, an hour easily without even working. So having this webbing here where it's completely breathable is fantastic. This has also got reflective pieces on it. Another great thing to look for, highly adjustable. But my favorite part about being able to pull the packs off would be if you're on foot and you've created a base camp, you can take her packs off to give her relief, but leave this on so that in any event that you should have to flee again, she's ready to go. She's suited up. It also has a compass. I don't know how reliable the compass is. I don't know. Both the compasses in this room, there it goes. I was gonna say we're pointing to different norths. This is still pointing to a different north. I don't know. But it's also got this really heavy duty clip here. It's just, overall, I love it. It fits her very well. I really wish that they still made them so that I could link it specifically for you guys. So the packs snap. So there's like a button snap. There's 2 of these, and then this actually wraps around this guy, which is another thing to keep in mind. That'll hold it steady, because you don't want, if she's wearing this and it packs like this all day, she's gonna get blisters. I mean, have you ever tried to treat a dog for blisters? Yikes. So by being able to fix that down, it's not gonna have the friction and that kind of stuff. These pockets are nice and big and deep. Sturdy. It's got a pocket here on the front, and then also each flap is a pocket, and then you've got these nifty little things here that you could hook stuff onto. You could weave an additional leash through there, you could hook the bowls onto there, all kinds of good stuff, or use these to hang it up if you needed to dry it out for any reason. And then this one, everything is exactly the same except for this additional little pocket here for your poop bags. So you can use that without having to open the pack. And I would say that's definitely beneficial. I really like that over the idea of having like a waste bag holder on the leash in a situation like this, because that's just added bulk that's, you know, it's on your hand and everything else is just in the way. The little clip could snap and then you're out. You don't have the bags, whereas this is just beautifully contained. You don't even have to think about it. So definitely make sure your dog has a bag. And if you guys have any ideas on anything else that Kuna should have in hers, let me know. And if you guys want to see some of our other stuff that we've got for her to keep her prepared, you know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe, and we will see you next time. One last little note as I'm getting ready to repack this. Make sure that you pack it evenly. You don't want your dog walking really wonky, because then you're going to end up with hip aches, you know, painful joints, things like that. If you have 8 packs of food, you need to put 4 in one and 4 in the other. Don't put them all on one side and then just your light little coat on the other. Definitely make sure that you're weighting it equally between the two of them. Safety is very important in these situations.